guys, welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. How are you doing today? So I'm back with another fragrance blind buy haul. This one is dedicated to one brand, which is Lalique. I have 3 Lalique fragrances, completely new to me, fragrances I've never tried before. So if you'd like to find out what I got this time and what my thoughts about these fragrances are, keep watching. So today I have 3 new fragrances for you, 3 Lalique fragrances, different sizes, different prices. I'm going to start with the smallest one, which which is also the cheapest one of them. And this is Lalique Amethyst. So I was tempted by this fragrance for quite a long time. I was debating if I should buy it or not. It's supposed to be very fruity. I do like fruity fragrances, but I was a little bit concerned that this might be a little bit too fruity for me. But then in the end I decided to buy it anyway because, you know, I was tempted. So yeah, this is how the box looks. I bought the 50 ml actually. And the bottle inside looks just like this. So this fragrance is very fruity, obviously. It's like berry cocktail with some peony, some musky notes, some peppery notes, and maybe a little bit of woodiness, but not too much. It's very, very fruity. It's very sweet, very fruity, not sickly sweet, at least not to me, but very sweet. So the notes in this fragrance are blackcurrant, blackberry, blueberry, mulberry, and big strawberry. These are the top notes. As you can see, a lot of berries here. At the middle notes, pepper, peony, rose, and lang lang. And base notes, musk, woody notes, and bourbon vanilla. So the question is, do I like it? I am not sure, to be honest. I mean, it is a little bit too fruity for me, but that was to be expected. I mean, I kind of thought it would be. It is sweet, it is very fruity, so this is a little bit like too much for me, but you know, that's nothing that can't be sorted with a little bit of layering, right? The only problem I have with it, or the biggest problem I have with it, is that it kind of reminds me of someone. So when I first sniffed it, it just brought some memories, but like very vague. I don't really remember who that was, but there was a person that I used to know, and that person used a lot of the fragrance. So I can't really put any face to it, but this is definitely a fragrance that reminds me of someone, and that's probably the biggest problem, because when I spray it on my skin, it just doesn't smell like me. It smells like someone. I don't know who though. It's just weird. It's just weird because I very rarely had that strong association with a person, with a different person, you know, someone who's not me. Usually I don't really mind if I smelled a fragrance on someone else before, but this is quite a strong impression on me. I don't know. So I'm not really sure if I like it or not. Luckily it's not like a super expensive fragrance, and also this could actually work nicely with like some woody fragrances and layering. I'm going to try and play with it a little bit more. I'm not saying no, but it's not love for sure for me. The thing I actually really like about it is that everything works really nicely together here. I mean, the packaging, the color, the name, and the scent, it all works really nicely. If that scent had a color, that would be this color. And yeah, I think it's just really, really well thought altogether. Moving on to something a little bit bigger and pricier at the same time. This is Lalique Velvet Plum. So this is how it looks. It's their like more expensive range, but it's not like their highest priced range yet. So this is somewhere in the middle, although it's a little bit closer to the pricier range than to the cheaper one, price wise. Nice black box, very simple. It just opens like that. What I like about it, there's like a really like nice soft lining here, which is quite cool. And the bottle looks like this. It's just stunning, guys. I mean, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's just gorgeous. I mean, maybe I've seen a prettier bottle in my life, but definitely this is one of my top 3. Gorgeous, like this like matte, almost like a frosty kind of effect glass. Beautiful. So this is the Velvet Plum. And now let's talk about the juice. So I have to tell you guys, I was really baffled when I first sniffed it. Like, I did not expect that. because this smells, on a first sniff, it smells just like dirty leather jacket. Like dirty leather jacket, nothing else, nothing more, just that. So this is quite a peculiar scent, and I mean, first of all, why would you want to smell like a leather jacket? Like, unless maybe you have like an artificial leather jacket and you kind of want people to think that it's real. That's the only explanation that comes to my mind. I honestly don't know why would anybody want to smell like that. Also, like looking at the packaging and the name, Velvet Plum, leather jacket, I mean, why? This was like really surprising to me, and honestly I just decided to just stick with it for a while, although this fragrance didn't really seem to change much. But luckily in the end it did. After like 5 to 10 minutes, this leathery note just was a little bit muted down, and the other fragrances resurged from that concoction. But luckily for me, it did change with time. I mean, obviously there was nothing for the first 5 to 10 minutes, but after like 10 minutes or so, this leathery note was muted down and the other notes emerged from that. And I was super happy because one of those notes, and most prominent of those notes, was Cashmeran, which is probably one of my favorite synthetic notes. I love it. I love this like a velvety, dusty, coconutty vibe to it. It's really difficult to describe. Obviously it's a synthetic note, so it doesn't really smell like anything, but it's just gorgeous. And on my skin, I keep sniffing this, but all I get is this dirty leather jacket, so maybe I should stop talking about the dry down now. It will be just probably easier for me to focus on the proper dry down if I can't smell the leather jacket. Let me just read you the notes. The notes are Cashmeran, Patchouli, woodsy notes, iris flower, heliotrope, tuberose, osmanthus, and musk. In my opinion, the most prominent notes here are Cashmeran, iris, and some woodsy notes. There is no leather. It's just the impression you get in the first place. And as you can probably notice, there is no plum. No plum whatsoever, so I still don't get where does this name come from. As much as the velvety aspect, I kind of get that. You can find that in a Cashmeran. There is no single fruit in the notes, so I honestly don't know why plum. If that was supposed to remind me of something, I would probably say maybe very distant memory of prune, but not plum for sure. It is in general a very beautiful scent, but you have to give it some time. And also I would say it's not a safe blind buy, guys. It's not, because it just works. I mean, Cashmeran works with my skin beautifully, and I love how this fragrance actually develops on my skin. It's super like warm, delicate, very like close to skin fragrance, very sensual. I love how it smells, but guys, I mean, I can't give you a guarantee that this leathery note won't last on your skin, or maybe it will just disappear straight away, who knows. But I would say test it before trying. But if you can survive this opening, which is longer than you would usually expect, but yeah, you can survive that. It's not like a headache inducing opening or anything like that. If you can survive that, then you can be rewarded with like a really beautiful fragrance on your skin, if you love Cashmeran as much as I do. So yeah, this is a very interesting purchase. I'm super relieved it just turned out to be that nice in the end, because, you know, I can't really return it, can I? So yeah, very interesting choice, and in the end I'm actually quite happy with it. So that leaves us with the last fragrance, and look how massive the packaging here is. This is Intemporel by Noir Premier Lalique. So this is I think the most expensive, most niche-like line. Very heavy, very big, and just look at the packaging. So it just comes with the sleeve. We have like this box, then we open the box, and what we have inside is this gorgeous chest. I mean, look how pretty this is. It's unbelievable. So you press the button here, you open the chest, and here is the bottle itself. So I think it's really pretty. Like, the presentation is amazing. The bottle is nice, not as nice as the Velvet Plum one in my personal opinion, but it's still not bad, right? So let me start with this. This is much safer option if you want to blind buy it than the previous one, definitely. It's pretty much what you can imagine after reading the notes. It's gorgeous, spicy, gourmandish, a little bit woody fragrance. Very warm, very cozy. Oh, it's just delicious. So the notes are nutmeg, cardamom, black pepper, bergamot in the opening. So you can pretty much imagine how it opens. It's just gorgeous. Then we have tobacco, coffee, and violet. And this coffee, don't worry, nothing similar to black opium. It's so nicely blended here. And then we have vanilla, tofu balsam, and patchouli in the base notes. So this is probably the most gorgeous and expensive smelling gourmand ever. It's just, I don't really get much patchouli from here, but the nutmeg, cardamom, tobacco, coffee notes, tolu balsam, these are very prominent. There's a bit of vanilla too. Oh, this is just so delicious, and it smells lovely on your skin. As I say, I mean, it's not cheap, right? So are any of those like expensive fragrances safe blind buys? I can't say, but this is, I mean, the way it's described, this is how it smells. No surprises here, no dirty leather jackets, don't worry about that. Gorgeous scent, gorgeous presentation. I'm actually really happy with this one. I was debating on which scent I should choose from this line, and I'm really happy that I chose this one. I think this is more suitable for winter and autumn due to this like warm spiciness and like those like cardamom nutmeg notes, but yeah, I wouldn't have problem wearing this. Maybe it's more like an evening nighttime fragrance rather than like everyday one, because it's quite dark and heavy and sweet, but in general, gorgeous scent. So there you go, these are my 3 newest additions to my collection, the Lalique themed blind buy haul. What do you guys think? Have you tried any of these fragrances? Are there maybe some of your favorites here? I'm especially curious about this Velvet Plum fragrance, guys. Has any of you tried it? And can you also smell that dirty leather jacket there? Because I'm really curious if this is just my perception or is it like a general thing. Thank you very much for your time. If you'd like to see some more fragrance videos, please check out the videos on my left, and I'm going to see you very soon. Take care, bye.